Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Challenger Series here for the playoffs. Race number one at Iowa, my favorite track. I am so glad to be here. We actually just did a race in another league here at Iowa, so just to have two of my favorite track here is absolutely ecstasy for me. So I am on cloud nine. Joining me up here in the booth is actually a running person that has been our in-race reporter here recently. Agent Orange, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
So of course the main thing tonight is of course the playoffs. The playoffs are here, and Nathan, you're actually a part of that. Let's kind of go through the field as it goes through. So Xander has almost an entire race distance, and that's just all the playoff points that he earned. Has a 46-point gap to the cut line. Meanwhile, Elite Precision is P2 with 18 above. Mopowa Cat, UK, in case you don't know that name, 9 above. Then we go Cyber with 7 above, tied with Little Chris with also 7 above. Nathan, you are actually 1 point above the cut. Then we go Sauce right below in -1, and Bassbuck -3. Now, Iowa is a track for the ages where we can run both the top and the bottom. Um, Napier just coming on in for the YouTube comment saying this is Richmond on steroids. I agree, but I disagree at the same time, because at Richmond you can't run multiple grooves. This one we can. Could you just send me another invite, please, just so in case I have it, Nathan? But as we count down the timer, Iowa, Nathan, you're going to be in here and you're going to be starting P3. What makes Iowa a fun but also a difficult track?
Multiple lines. You can run top and bottom and keep up with each other. It's one of the most realistic, in my opinion, most realistic tracks, and if not the most realistic racetrack in NASCAR Heat 5, simply because there's multiple. You know, uh, some people like Kansas because you run the high groove, but you can't really run the bottom. Other tracks you can run the bottom but can't run the top. But here, you can run basically the entire uh, turn, as long as you don't cross that middle seam, or you'll spin out. But yeah, that's why I enjoy it personally.
Well, of course, Iowa is my favorite track, and it's actually one of yours as well. And I
Wasn't
personally,
always.
well, yeah. But that's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about is the different groups. We actually had a discussion in qualifying just a few minutes ago about the differing lines that people choose. Now, of course, there are people that prefer the bottom. Personally, I'm one of them. There are also people that prefer the top, which I know Bass and Xander are one of those as well. It's going to be very interesting to see, especially with all the playoff drivers qualifying in the top nine. That is 8 playoff drivers in the top nine. There is only one non-playoff driver up there, and if I'm not mistaken, that is a I have to find out now. Yeah, that is actually a Packers starting P8. But we are green right here. Cyber indeed has pole, so he did a great job in order to set off his playoffs there as a great start. Now this is a very short race. It's only 100 laps, and technically even a full 200 laps would only be like an hour and 15. This race is going to be a bit of a sprint. Now you can already see the differing lines come about right here, right now. In fact, let's watch from Napier's perspective, who has the perfect shot of the entire field back here. Everyone preferring the bottom currently, but you saw in the opening lap, everyone just really kind of shuffling on out in order to really get that Iowa experience. Now we're going to be seeing because of the trucks, at least, the lines start tightening on up. These trucks are already so tight that you honestly want to really loosen this thing up, which we're going to be really seeing here in stage 2 and stage 3. Now, here is going to be a battle of tire wear. On a pure preset, this stage is 29 laps long. Am I correct in saying that, Nathan?
Yes.
So, yes, in 29 laps, you're going to be seeing tire wear be a thing for the big kerfuffle going on between Packers and looks like Fireslayer. Fireslayer bit the wall, and Packers just the unlucky victim right there. But you can see that having and the 88 just clears the 4. The 4 actually had to back on out, and now that is going to allow UK and actually Nathan to kind of get back up here. But the O2 leads the way so far, but he has the 18 to keep him company. The O2 of Elite has made a proclamation that he is not going to give up another race to the 18. But as I say that, the 18 dives on down to take the lead. So Elite is going to have to pull something out of his butt to win here at Iowa, because honestly, in all of the league drivers, or playoff drivers, I should say, we are looking at the most competitive that this track can offer, because I can count 5 of the playoff drivers that are really in an opportunity to win. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be picking up trying to see if Fireslayer is streaming. He is not, unfortunately. Damn. Alright, well, not a big deal. I was hoping to have another POV right here, but as you can see, the top 6 are all playoff drivers so far, and with only the 2 in the back, I should pick up on them. Bass and Sauce. Sauce is somewhere. There he is. It looks like 2 trucks ahead of Bass. So Bass is actually the last of our playoff contenders right here. It is going to be interesting to see how this is going to kind of shake on out in terms of the point standings, because with everyone currently above the cut line in literally the top 6 positions, it's not really allowing for a lot of the other drivers to kind of make up those points. Now, come stage 3, that will change. And actually come stage 2, that will also change, because we can actually get the setups in, and we're going to be seeing a lot of the comers and goers that this track has to offer. Very interestingly, though, you can see that the 52 and the 87, I should be talking about them, because, Nathan, you're aware of this, but WRX Mike unfortunately missed the playoffs. He was the first driver to miss it, and has made a declaration that him and Fireslayer, which I should point on out, is an insane battle. It's only a 2-point difference between those two, to go and get that final, or I guess the best of the rest trophy, the 9th place in points trophy. And currently, Fireslayer has it by passing. Oh, big moment for Monster. I had to cut myself off right there, getting into the wall, and just like that, that's how cautions could happen. But with lovely car control from these guys, they were able to avoid the 98 into the wall, and almost having a bit of an interesting situation right there. The 18 and 02 are side by side for the lead, so this lead pack, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The differing lines, we're seeing 3 up top. The 88 really throws it on down, but the 18 prefers to be up on top, but he got the pass out on the bottom. With the 02, he's going to swing down low. Now the lines will swap. Now the 18 will run the middle. There's not a whole lot of speed down there, but in order to pass cleanly, it's going to kind of choke on up the 02 speed. So now it's going to really shift to the outside for Xander, and you can see now with UK and Xander running up top, the rest of the 4 are on bottom. Now, this is very interesting, though, because, in order to make passes right there, prime example, the 88 slams the door shut on the 38 in order to get that top side. Now the 38 is on bottom, the 88's on top. Look at, this is why I love Iowa. It's a dance, a waltz, if you will, predicting who is going to go where and how will they get past you. It's a chess game, honestly, and it's a very delicate dance in order to guide both lines correctly. Yes, there is a correct way to run the top, and there's a correct way to run the bottom. It's not just a hoity-toity-toy, I'm just going to throw it on down. There is a very delicate balance of maintaining your...
Live for the lead?
I saw that. Very delicate balance, and the 88 currently has it, but so does the 18. The 18 did a very good job in order to maintain his track position on top. Now the 88 is going to try to go, well, it was up high, but now Elite's like, I have the run. I'm going to take it down low. Now, same thing with the 18 of Xander. He's going to take the 88's line. Now, coming out of turn 2, the 88 will have the top side, and that's going to allow the 18 to kind of parry in which way he's going to take the swing of positioning here. Let's kind of check on board with our final playoff participants back here. Bass has made his way to P7, so he passed Sauce. In fact, Sauce dipped in performance. He is all the way back into 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th, 14th right now. So Sauce must have had some kind of implosion, but still, Bass needs to make up some kind of points on the playoff drivers up in front of him in order to get up into the playoff positions, or in order to progress into the next round, I should say. Of course, after this race, we go to Talladega, which is, of course, the big wild card. Everyone loves Talladega for some reason. So that is going to be the big question as to who comes on out to race at Talladega, but more importantly, who is going to possibly DNQ. Of course, we don't want drivers to DNQ, but with a 16-driver limit of per challenger race, we're going to be seeing some DNQs at some point, especially at Talladega. I should also mention that playoff drivers are locked in their DNQ attempts, so they, no matter what, they will have an opportunity to race. So I feel like that's probably the best way to go about things. The drivers have worked so hard to get into the playoffs. Just to possibly DNQ, that's not fair. So that is going to be something that's going to carry on through all the way through the playoffs. And Nathan, coming to the line, can you tell me how many laps to go in this stage?
Sure will.
Mm-hmm.
9 to go.
9 to go. That means we are on lap 20 of this 29-lap stage, and I'm sure you guys are feeling, we have our first DNF of the race. That is Napier going on down. So we are down to 14 drivers in this run. So I'm sure that you're feeling the effect of tire wear.
A little bit, yeah.
Truck, I'm sure, is not gripping as well as you would have wanted it to, but keep in mind that goes for everyone. That is not just a you problem, as the kids say. That is a everyone problem. A tight battling though between the O2 and the 18. I can tell that the O2 has put in practice, but he does hit the apron right there, so that's not going to quite help things out. As the 18 will have the high side momentum, but the O2 will still be there. So the 18 has to respect that the O2 will keep that bottom. In fact, I'm sure the 18 is more than okay with running the top. He prefers it up there. I know he does. 3 wide for P3 though. The 88 is down in the middle. The 38 prefers to be up top, and he will continue to run that, and he will get that pass done using the high side to his momentum, or momentum of the high side to press on pass. That leaves the 8 and 88. Weird how that works out sometimes. To be side by side for P4. Still though, the O2 is gonna slam the doors shut, and he will barely past the 18, but I'm trying to go back on board with them. And now the 18 swaps lines. 2 by 2 by 2 for the top 6 right here. This is what I'm talking about, how competitive this track is. So now you can see that the lines have essentially swapped right here. The O2 who was running the bottom is now forced to go up high. The 30, bumper to the back of the 4 right there. No, you're fine. The 88 who was up top is now finding his way. You can tell he wants to be on the bottom. Cyber, I know, prefers to be on the bottom. In fact, don't look now, but this Sunday 4 is a chugga-chuggin right here. With the more that you guys battle, that just brings the Sunday 4 into it. In fact, actually, what happened to the rest of the field? It looks like everyone else is just in a battle. Looks like Fire Slayer has absolutely dropped off the face of the earth. In fact, he parked. Oh, he's pitting. He's on pit road right now. Very interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see where it takes him. Yeah, very interesting strategy from 52 of Fire Slayer. In fact, I was wondering why Bash was just by himself up there. It's because the 52 has decided to come on down. I wonder if that's why. I was talking about his tire wear potentially being a not his specifically, but Tyra potentially being a thing here in stage one. Nathan, if you could enlighten me at your earliest opportunity, what is your Tyra at?
1812.
Well, I guess that would explain why. Maybe he just chose too high of a preset and it was about to pop. Should we expect some Tyra issues?
I don't think so. We're taking the white flag now.
Okay, so yeah, one more lap, but you can definitely expect as we go into stage three here that this will matter. Um, Looks like the O2, unless we see a massive move by the 18, I don't see it happening for the stage victory. Honestly, coming on down and through turn four. Oh, the 98 may have popped a tire right there, so that is definitely going to hurt things right there for the 52. Sucks for Fire Slayer, but it is great news if your name is WRX Mike. So stage one, we see that the O2 has taken stage one right here, 18 of Xander P2, UK P3, and I'm unaware of anyone beyond that. But,
I have screenshots. I'll
oh,
tell you just a
appreciate it.
second.
But yeah, that was stage one of Iowa here. 52 of Fire Slayer, yeah, is the 52 one or two laps down?
The Fire Slayer is one lap down, so top 10 is Elite, Xander, UK, myself, Lil Chris, Cyber, Bass, WRX Mike, Tomboy, and Packers round out top 10.
Oh, there we go. So if Fire Slayer takes the wave around here, that'll probably be music to his ears. That'll get him back in the hunt at the cost of tire wear, of course. So hopefully he fixed that tire wear issue. In fact, it looks like he will. So Monster will get the lucky dog, of course. Looks like Xander got beat up pit road. The 38 of Monster had a bad pit stop and will restart on the top side, but that's probably to his advantage. That's where he wants to be. So now you can see that the lines have essentially swapped. Big move by the O2. The 18 almost just walls it right there, but he somehow got off scot-free. Bumper to the back of the O2 by the 38 right here. This is the best opportunity to make up positions, best opportunity to make up time. And you can see the O2 is going to waste none of that time as he dives it on down. He's going to have to slow it on down because he had that high side momentum on the front stretch, and now he will try to clear the 18, but the 18 will have the high side momentum. Now here comes the 38. He will have to go to the high side here in order to block the 38 run. Like I said, it's a waltz. It's a dance. You have to be aware of not just what's in front of you, but everyone around you. As we see the 74 of Bass hit the wall, and that is going to be a bad news for him because that's going to put him right into the battle of Tomboy. Cyber, in fact, Cyber had a terrible restart as well, and he is going to be in the back of this this pack right here. So yeah, the 74 of Bass is going to be trying to get his way back up here. In fact, Cyber is trying to get past the 21 of Tomboy, who has taken P6 out of this. But yeah, early troubles for some playoff guys. The 24 and the 74, yes, did get some points, but the 74 needs more points, and he's going to get ultra aggressive. He's going to go into the wall 3 wide here going to turn 3. He's going to just zoom on around. The 21 is going to have to acknowledge that he's there. He's still going to be 3 wide coming off of 4. Down through the front stretch, the 74 is going to try to go 3 wide again, but he's going to hit the wall again. 4 wide coming off of turn 2, but he gets it done. The 21 spins. The 21 spins, and he will does have actually a beautiful 360 right there. No one makes contact with him. Just he was used on up, and there was just nowhere for him to go. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was a power move by the 74 to get on around the not just the other playoff drivers in front of him, but literally 4 other trucks. So that is unfortunate by the 21 who got caught up in that mess. But he will have to. We have the bots right here. It is an official race. Thank you. But yeah, that was a power move. So he has speed in that truck. He just needs a little bit better track position. Single file, honestly, right now. No one's actually side by side. Actually, I'm slightly mistaken. The 98 of Monster trying to run that high side, but yeah, right now, literally everyone in the field is single file. There is no one side by side right now. Weird how that works out. Strike that. 97 versus the 87. There we go. And same thing with the 74 and the 24. Looks like the 24's truck has come to life right here, and now he's trying to go and get some of that, get some of those stage points. So yeah, that's always the difficulty. The stage one is always the hardest. When you're running a pure preset, you want to be able to get that set up in as quickly as possible. And without green flag pit stops in that stage, it is so difficult. Now we're seeing Cyber getting caught up behind the 24. He's going to give a little bit of bumper to the 24. That is his teammate right there, gonna help him along to try to pass the 74, because as soon as he does, we're going to be seeing the 4 make the move as well. Speaking of making the move, the 38 trying to make the move on the 18 of Xander. The 18 will have the high side momentum. Same thing with the 02. This will probably clear the 38 going into turn 3, and he will very slightly. But now the 18 is starting to falter a little bit. 3 wide here going into the front stretch. The 02 is in the middle, but that is going to be dangerous. If he crosses over that seam, that will be curtains, and that's why he wisely backed on out of that. Very wise of the 02. That is a veteran move, a person that's been around the block. He knows that at Iowa those seams are dangerous. As soon as you cross over that, it is essentially you're close to spinning out. If not, you are spinning out. But the top 5 has started to get away right here. To join the hunt for Sauce, Cyber, and Bass is actually the Fire Slayer, who I do believe is for position. I could be mistaken on that. But also Packers. So looks like WRX Mike is faltered a little bit. In fact, he's actually with his PMR teammate right here. And all the way in the back, that is, I do believe, P13. So no stage points for WRX Mike, and that's probably going to be great for Fire Slayer's ears. The O2 of Elite coming on down. It is a bottom feeder. In fact, that turn, Xander was the only person running the top side. The O2 is going to commit and running that bottom. Same thing with the 8 down below. He's going to get side by side with the 18, but that high side momentum is just going to carry that 18 a little bit forward. The O2 has to get a little bit more out of his truck in order to get there. In fact, the 18 will be totally clear coming out of 4, and this is going to open up the door for the 38 to try and get some of that bread. The 38 will continue running the top side. You can see that the tires are not really wearing for it. Oh, I say that, and a little bit of contact by the 18. The 18 had to get out of the gas a little bit in order to make that corner. So I'm sure the 88 saw that. He dropped down low, and now the 02 is going to really come to fruition right here. Nathan, you know how to get around here. Is this the point in the run where the high start starts to lose its luster?
Yeah, I would say so. Your tires are starting to wear out. You know, you're kind of slipping and sliding a little bit more, kind of flirting. It starts getting a little more risky to dance with the wall up there, in my opinion.
Well, you can see that it doesn't affect some of the drivers as much as it affects the 18 to 38. In fact, the O2 is gaining a little bit more ground every corner that he runs the bottom. I think the 18 is starting to realize that, and he's starting to adjust his line a little bit. However, that 38 is going to have to do something as well. The O2 can clear himself right there, but he chooses not to. Very respectful move by the O2 to not just totally chop the 18 off right there. The O2 does have speed, but it looks like the 18 of Xander has that short run speed. In fact, we're starting to see the long run trucks come to life, and what I'm truly seeing is the bottom feeder trucks, the ones that prefer to run the bottom, are now starting to come to life. The O2, the 8 has trying to make some moves. It's just so hard to pass cleanly around here. Of course, you can just bulldoze your way, but you're not going to make friends if you do that. And of course, in the playoffs, you want to essentially bank that you did not make enemies earlier in the regular season. So definitely, that is one of those things that you have to watch on out for, especially at a track like Iowa, where a person that can chop you will chop you if they deem fit. 38 versus the 88 right here. It is absolutely bananas racing we're watching right here. How many laps to go on this stage?
I'll tell you in just a second. 7.
7. So that means, oh, hey, look at that. We actually caught it on lap 20 again. So this is lap 20 of this stage. It is a 27 lapper here to start off stage 2. And stage 3 will be 38 laps, which is a really interesting number. Our fuel rule, in case you guys are watching or unfamiliar with how fuel rule works, is that what you get to a full tank of gas plus 5 laps is the fuel rule. Meaning, you cannot save beyond that lap. So in this case, it's 32. 37 is the most that you can go on a run. Meaning, stage 3, theoretically, is a one stop. Now, if there's a caution thrown in there, that number resets. Essentially, basically, if there's a caution at any point in stage 3, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's your pit stop right there. But there is a possibility that we will see green flag pit stops in stage 3. Now, that is where the real strategy is going to come about. I personally feel like it's too short of a stage in order to make 4 tires work. I feel like either 2 tires or maybe even no tires will be the call. But as we saw in stage 1, tires was at a premium, at least for the 52, as well as the 98, who I'm pretty sure also blew a tire. So I'm interested to see if, I'm assuming at least, more often than not, people will be choosing to do the 2-tire call. But that'll be a decision here come stage 3. In fact, as we kind of go on through the rest of stage 2 here, you can see that the 18 of Xander has started making his way to the bottom. Same thing with the 38 of UK. It is incredibly hard, especially on worn tires, to continue running that high side effectively. I will admit, I'm a bottom feeder myself, but that high side is dangerous on fresh tires. But as the tires start wearing, that's where the bottom starts coming in more, which is the opposite. I mean, it's the unfortunate thing. Like, it's the opposite in real life. As the tires start wearing, you make your way to the top, whereas on fresh tires, you go towards the bottom because it's the shortest way around. But you know, it's one of those things. Either way, coming to the close of stage 1, this is the 2 to go, right?
This is the last lap.
Oh, this is the last lap. The O2 of Elite Precision getting 2 valuable playoff points coming on around to collect stage 2 victory here. That's going to only help them in terms of the long run for points. So excellent work. And essentially, if he can continue this, he won't even have to worry about Talladega. Xander essentially is doing the same thing as well. By even if he's not winning the stages, he's still getting stage points, which unfortunately not everyone in the playoffs is doing, as we saw with Long Live the Sauce. In fact, actually, could you enlighten me? Is Fire Slayer on the lead lap or no?
No, he is 1 lap back.
So he did pit there at the end of stage 1. So he'll be back on the lead lap here because he was the only truck 1 lap down. So he'll be in the hunt there for this. But it looks, by my count, WRX Mike did not get stage points there in
11.
He was 1 point away. So they helped him out in stage 1. But now it's going to come on down to the finish. And Fire Slayer had pace. He was running right with Cyber, who was in P7. Now, as we reset here for stage 3, this is the important stage. As we've been seeing rather clean racing by all 14 drivers on track. But it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, big move by the O2 to abandon the bottom and go straight to the top. Now, there's going to be almost a 3-wide scenario right there. The Sunday 4 is now actually, speaking of 3-wide, he is going to try to whip that top. And we can see, he gets walled again in that same way that he did last stage. The 88 is going to try to get the bottom rolling, but the O2 is already on the top. And you can see that on fresh tires, that top is absolutely just chugging. like I said, that bottom won't be really available until the tires start wearing. In fact, the 18 dipped down there for a hot second, only to just go back up to the top. But hey, you know what? Not everyone kind of disagrees with my strategy. The 88 is absolutely wrestling that 88 truck in order to get up top. The Sunny 4 having a good opening part to this stage could have a good finish here as he is just ripping right there. He's going to go side by side with the 8 and probably pass him depending on where everyone else goes. But no, everyone in front of him takes the top, and that's the dangerous part with running the top. If everyone goes to the top, you're not making any kind of time. It's almost like you have to go where everyone else is not. That is a thing that we are going to be looking at here. It looks like the 87 of Mike had some kind of issue. He is all the way in the back right here. In fact, way off the pace. So that is not what he wants to see if he is fighting Fire Slayer for that Best of the Rest title. In fact, one, two, three, four. Oh, Fire Slayer, big move! Oh, but it hits the 13 of Heron, and that will just put Fire Slayer back into the pack right there. No caution, of course. No one spun it. It was just inconvenient contact. So actually, all of our playoff contenders are the top 8 right there. That's incredibly funny. But yeah, look at that Sunny 4 go. He is just had some bad track position in the stages. In fact, he's had that all season, where all of his track position has been gained in stage 3. He knows how to conclude a race, but in the first 2 stages, he kind of falters a little bit and is almost at a loss for how to go about. Ooh, big aggressive move. I don't know if he knew the 8 was there, and I'm sure he's just like, you know what, I am not losing this track position again. So this is
I've
where...
accidentally gotten into him a couple times, so...
Oh, I'm sure it was kind of like, hey, you know, I didn't appreciate that. Okay, well, that gives a little more context. Fitzhugh Fire Slayer making his way back up through the field, passing both Tomboy and Heron. He does have a fast truck. He just looks like he got caught up in a little too many incidents right there to begin with. In fact, where did Mike go? Where is he at? He is all the way into the back. Hopefully he realizes that saving is not going to work. I hope he realizes that. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I did make an announcement. Nathan, you saw it in the Discord. I did say that the fuel rule is 37 because we do get 32 to a tank. Plus 5 is 37, meaning this 38 lap stage is a one-stopper. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is 38 laps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, hopefully the 87 realizes that, as I burped right there, excuse me. Right here, everyone is just going single file at this current juncture. Basically just kind of getting into a rhythm right now. 16 truck is still our only driver out of this race. The 18 actually drops back to P4 right there. UK is absolutely just chugging that top side right there. But we are looking at a train now being formed on the top. So that top is going to start really start losing its luster here soon as we go longer and longer into the stage. Now, when do people decide to pull the trigger? Will they take 4? I don't think that's going to work. There's not enough laps in order to make up the time in order to split this stage in half and take 4. I realistically think the 2-tire stop is going to work. Now, when do you do that 2-tire stop? And what adjustments do you make to the truck while on a 2-tire stop? It's going to be interesting to see. But pit road, especially in such a deep field like this, hypothetically, if UK were to pit in this next lap, he would have to signal for everyone third on back and know that he's pitting. That could be problems in and of itself. So he always wants to be sure that everyone is perfectly aware that he's pitting. In fact, looks like 98 a Monster may be actually pitting right here. Let's go on board with him to see if he actually is. Yes, he is. So he's going to pull that trigger, and he's going to decide to take, you know what, I'm going to take 4. So the strategy is now on board with the 98. He's going to try to do the 4 tire. So we'll have to see how that's going to work. But like I said, I really do hope that the 87 realizes that.
Oh, Xander lagged out.
Oh! I'm trying to find him. Oh, there's Monster. Yep. Xander has. Are you sure? Are you sure
He's gone on my screen.
There he is, the infamous Xander lag out. It has poked his. It's come on out every now and then, but unfortunately, the 18 of RS Meatwagon will not be the winner of this race. And keep in mind, he was on a 4-race win streak entering this race. Hey, he got good stage points. It just sucks that his race has to end with a DNF. Now, that's going to be great news if your name's Elite Precision, though. Because with the lead like that, he is absolutely just having the time of his life up there. Did I say lice? That's not what I meant. But yeah. So, but if your name is anyone but RS Meatwagon, you are loving it because his gap to the top will be cut down. Of course, I mean, stage points will kind of impact that a little bit, but depending on where you finish, you can really make a dent going into the next round. It looks like the 21 of Tomboy will be the next one to come on down pit road. Again, I really hope the 87 realizes that saving fuel will not work. Unless he's going to try to take the no tire stop, which at that point he's losing far too much time for that. Well, it be like that sometimes. So here's the question, Nathan. With so many laps to go, if I'm counting my laps correctly, there's 20 to go, correct?
Like 18. We're on 82.
Okay, yeah. So that is actually 19, coming to 18 this time. So with 2 people already deciding, you know what, I'm going to split this in half and take 4 tires. Are you nervous at all about the four tires or no?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, in fact, there is one of them right there. The 21 of Tomboy is just coming off pit road. In fact, he just took 4, and you're going to see. In fact, let's go on board with him for a hot second. You're going to see the difference of 4 tires versus new tires versus old tires. Pass him, blink of an eye. So the O2 just has that superior grip, and he will absolutely just blaze on past the O2. In fact, if he can hit some good lap times now, he will be A-okay. Looks like the 98 Monster is a little bit farther up the way, so he may have taken 2 as well. Interesting strategy from him, though. But yeah, the O2 of Elite has absolutely gapped himself from the field. In fact, did I see more pit stops? Yes, we do. The 88 so. Of Lil Chris is coming on down. So that is going to be a red flag to me. Is that okay? So we got to start thinking about pit stops here soon. It looks like the 74 of Bass is also coming on down as well. Interesting how this is going to come on down. The 52 of Fire Slayer is going to come on down this time. I don't think anyone else paid that time, so we're seeing the 87 about to be lapped again. Hopefully he realizes that he has to make a stop. Hopefully he's listening. Last thing you want to do here is speed. That is, of course, the golden rule here is the last thing you want to do is speed. So here comes out of the pits, 74. Will he maintain his lap over the O2? It's going to be close, but he's actually going to kind of goose the throttle a little bit in order to make sure that he can actually do that. The O2, very interesting, very early pit entry right there. Ooh, that may actually bite him because he was really conservative going onto pit road. Of course, the fast way is go in the middle of turns 3 and 4 like everyone else has been doing, but he entered going into turn 3. In fact, that's how IndyCar does it. Going into the white lines right there, coming into turn 3, that is how IndyCar does it. So he took the IndyCar pit entry right there, and I am very curious as to how that's going to work on out. Um, and of course, again, don't speed. This is the money stop for a lot of these drivers. So here comes the 87 again, saving fuel or maybe even saving tires as long as he pits during the stage. I don't really care. But now it's really a battle between the 38 and the 8 right now. Looks like the O2 is back on out, and he did take 2, which has been the universal strategy so far. Um, everyone has been in this so far. 2 trucks out of this race. No one else has lagged on out. 97 Apakis has actually made his way up into P4 currently, but I just wonder if the O2 of Elite may have just goofed himself right there because of how conservative he got into pit road. No one from the top 3 so far, which are all playoff drivers, has motion to come on down pit road yet. And I don't see this changing anytime soon. I personally feel like this battle will be won or lost on pit road. Whether or not you have the balls to take no tires, if you can even afford it, I think the real pressure will be the 2-tire stop. In fact, the O2 is. He has absolutely clear track in front and behind him, so it looks like he is absolutely doing A-OK right now. The 88 is so far behind the O2, so I want to say the 88 took 4 based on how early he came on down, so that kind of explains that. It looks like the 38 will come on down, so will everyone else. So I'm sure this is going to be just a follow the leader type of moment. So here comes the 38, the 8 with that really aggressive pit entry. You don't see that from the 8. Don't speed. And it looks like the 4 as well took that really aggressive pit entry. So in fact, I'm trying to go on board with them. You can see that the 8 has the lead so far. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I was really at a lost for words. I'm going to follow Elite Precision right here, as he is now entering turn 3 to see where he comes out at. Of course, he is absolutely just running that bottom, but that has been his choice of lane so far. Now, coming on through the pits, you can see that coming on... Nathan, what happened? Sped?
Thought I was pretty conservative, but
Oh, well, either way, you can still get positions. I mean, the race is far from over. So one truck we have not seen pit yet is that 87. In fact, he is the leader, correct?
24 is momentarily.
Where's the 24 at?
He's on pit road.
Oh, well, that explains it. But that will be the 87. Let me know when the 87 takes that spot. Again.
Right now.
Okay. Again, hopefully he realizes that this is a one stop. It is a illegal move to do this. But okay. So technically, the lead is Elite, UK, and Cyber, with Monster actually having a good run in P4. So it looks like the 4 tires did work, but he is starting to fade, though, in this long run. Looks like Packers is up here. What happened to Bass? Bass is back here as well with Sauce. Sauce, Tomboy. So this is the grand shakeup that I guess everyone is looking for right here in terms of the grand scheme of things. But stage points will be valuable going on through all of this right here. How many laps to go coming on through this time?
I think Mike just took 3 to go.
Well, he's not going to like it when he gets dropped to the rear of the field if he doesn't pit here soon. But yes.
Yeah, he's coming to 2.
Coming to 2. So, yeah, we're going to go on board with Elite Precision for the time being. Because this is our true leader of the race right here.
Someone's catching him.
Yeah, that's elite. So elite will be P1. There we go. In fact, he just took that spot, correct?
Yep.
All right. So yeah. So UK will be P2, and Cyber will be P3 as we take the one to go, because of course since the 87 of Mike did not pit, he will be dropped to the rear of the lead lap cars, which is actually everyone. In fact, he actually bends it right there. In fact, he's going to ruin the 97's race. Oh my goodness. Packers, no luck. No luck, Packers at all. Yeah, he is absolutely. Oh my goodness.
That finished under caution.
Oh wow. Well, controversy in the final run of this stage. Interesting. So it is super unfortunate for Packers, who got caught up in someone else's mess. Oh my goodness, that has to suck.
Mike finished ninth after all that.
Well, lead lap cars, so which is last of the field. So he's finishing 13th.
I mean, like even after it, race wise, like
Well, yeah. Mm. But Fast Lap actually goes to UK with a 24 flat. So interesting how that works on out. So yeah, so how this shakes on out is okay. To explain everyone about what's going on right here, we have WRX Mike who did not pit during that run. He will be relegated to P13 because he did not pit. So, and again, I'd made that perfectly clear in the pre-race and during the entire race. It's also just it sucks that Packers got involved with that. Same thing with Tomboy for someone that won't even do that. So yeah, um, yeah. All right. Well, let's get our top three up in here. I'm gonna mute myself for a hot second. All right, so I am back. So we have our podium guys up in here. So as we go through the full results, as we are waiting for that, let's go on through results. So Elite Precision will be P1, of course. UK P2, Cyber P3, Chris P4, Monster P5. Excellent rebound for him. Same thing with Fire Slayer in P6, Bassbuck P7, Sauce P8. Heron will be put up to P9. P10 will be Packers. Tomboy will be P11. Nathan will be P12, and then WRX Mike will be relegated to P13 for not following the fuel rule. Again, I made that perfectly clear in the pre-race. It's been a thing this entire season, as well as any previous season. Fuel rule is a thing. He did not follow it, so he's being put to the rear of the lead lap cars. And it's also very unfortunate that his by doing that he actually ruined two other drivers' race in the process. So very unfortunate. Um, but what is fortunate though is the top three, all playoff contenders, and one of them does not have to worry about winning or losing at Talladega. Yeah, even Packers. super unfortunate that Packers got involved in that. Just no luck from him at all. That has been the running gag. So let's go into Cyber there for a hot second. Um, so Cyber, we have a big moment right here. You fell back to originally. Why am I going this way? Rafael Losar this way. You fell back to the mid part of the field for the longest of times until you actually had a almost like an epiphany. The truck came to life. What happened?
I took a necessity where I learned off your notes to the tire pressures where I made an adjustment to that, and the truck felt quite on a good edge to be sticking with around the top six overall, that last overall run to the checkers, and yeah.
Well, I mean, you had a good truck underneath you right there, and meaning that you had a honestly a very competitive truck, but unfortunately, so did everyone else around you. Iowa has been very kind to you, I guess in years past, seasons past, I should say. Um, so we have a big question as to what do you expect from Talladega?
Well, I did win there last season in Challenger. That's probably a good thing going in my favor, but no, where I am right now in points, I mean, I'm just trying to gain the most points I can and then just survive all the chaos that will probably happen next week. So, yeah, that's just pretty much my mindset going into next week.
So I mean, yeah, Talladega is going to be the great unknown, and honestly, you had a good points day going into the Iowa race, and coming out of it, you had some good stage points. We'll have to see what you can do at Iowa again. What Talladega? But yeah, P3 is a good finish.
Thanks.
All right, so let's go over to Todd Gilliland now. UK, it's been a hot second since we talked to you in this series up on the podium finish right here. Um, so we have a uh, a huge thing going into this race, and it was Xander actually lagging on out. Now, going in out of the after that though, did you think you had something for the O2?
Nope.
All right, good talk. So overall
He,
though,
he, he was gone.
oh, okay, cool, good talk. So with that, I guess we have a well, I mean, a good playoff run for you. You got some good stage points going into this whole run. You came into this P3 in the standings, and I'm sure you're going to come out of it still well above the cut line. How are you looking forward to Talladega?
Hold on, I was P3 in the standings?
Yeah,
What?
or were you P4? Yeah, P4
I
in
don't
the.
know. I
All
didn't think
right.
I was that high. But we'll see how the cards fall at Vega. I mean, it's gonna be wild.
All right. So I guess we're gonna find on out right here that because of that we had I mean, I guess we're gonna find on out. We had a big leader into this. Elite has absolutely dominated this run. Congrats, UK, on the P2. I guess we're going to go on to Tate Fogelman. Elite, it's been a while since I talked to you in the winner's circle right here. Iowa, honestly, I did not expect that you would have won in such a dominating fashion, but I guess Iowa just suits you.
Yeah, let's go, man. um, yeah, that was a good way to start the playoffs. Yeah, that was a good race. Seemed like at the beginning of a run, you can make the top side work. At least for me, like you can make the top side work on the fresh tires, and then eventually start migrating to the bottom. Cause me, I couldn't run up there the whole run because my truck would get too loose, but I had my truck mainly set up for the bottom, especially for the long run. And Yeah, it was fun battling all those guys up there, Xander and UK and Chris. Um, that was some good racing. Iowa is probably like one of the most racy tracks on this game, so it was fun. I hate that Xander. I forgot. I didn't know what happened to him. You said that he lagged out, so that sucked. Uh, but yeah, I'm just finally glad to be back in victory lane, man.
Well, I mean, after a full week of, I guess, different winners throughout the entire race week, it is nice to have you back in the winner circle because you came into this playoffs saying, you know what, I'm not going to let that 18 beat me. Um, and honestly, you started the playoffs with a bang. How do you feel about Talladega knowing you don't have to win and you are locked into the round of six?
Relief, but because even with me going into her, I had like a 18-point cushion over the cut line, and even though that was more, I mean, yeah, I feel pretty uh, thankful that I'm in a more secure position than some other guys, but I was still kind of like, man, you just never know. Because you saw what happened to me at Walker's Glen over in the Cup Series. So, uh, but yeah, locking myself in, that was just a good way to start off. PMR try to get him to the next round. Chris, he's hanging on right now, so try to hopefully help him get into the next round since I'm already locked in.
Well, I guess that's going to be the big question mark because not only do we have to worry about Talladega, where everyone and their mother shows up for, but then we have to worry about a 16 truck field, meaning anyone to anyone not locked into the playoffs currently have to worry about D and Qs. That's going to be a big question mark as to who may or may not be able to race. But you won't have to worry about that. So we have to see what has to unfold here in a week. But yeah, any final thoughts before we close on out for the night, guys? Good talk. All right, so with that, we're going to close on out. Have a good night, everyone. This concludes our race week here at MRL for the Challenger Series, and what a race it was. Elite getting locked into the round of six. Comeback win after so many second places for the longest time. And then UK back on the podium once again, and then Cyber P3. Nathan, thank you so much for being our in-race reporter, and we'll have to see you next week at Talladega for the Challenger Series. And until then, this has been your host, Robert Patton. Have a good night.